Hi, this is Mike McGrath from Ribasoft, and I'd like to talk to you today about Auditor from Ribasoft. Basically what I want to be able to do is focus on this video in relation to the security features and functions that are derived from the network correlation engine. Very quickly, what we're seeing on the screen here is a report of everything that's touched off the network in the last 8 days. To show you the power in relation to time, we can go back for the last 12 months. So essentially we have a recording of every single device that's attached to the network by MAC address, the IP address that they've been assigned, the interfaces that they've touched off, the users that have logged in through those devices. The DNS entries are stored, so if you want to figure out what the resolve was on a particular IP address 3 months ago, you could find that. This gives us a very powerful way of looking at who's on the network, what they're doing, and where they're talking to and what they're talking to. Let me give you an example. If I type in a name, we can find a name, we can find different types of logins here. So I'm going to look at this login here, who happens to be John Vickery. Let's look at it in more detail. So what have we got here? We've got from Active Directory, J. Vickery has logged in using the staff domain. When he's logged in, we have from the event log in Active Directory. In this case, it doesn't necessarily have to be Active Directory. What we've got is J. Vickery logging in with an IP address 193.1.122.195. We've been able to resolve that address. From the ARP and CAM tables on the switches and routers, we've then been able to link across to the actual MAC address. In this case, we've resolved it being a Dell PC. That Dell PC, its MAC address has been seeing quite a number of different switches, but we've been able to isolate that down to a switch port, in this case Fast Ethernet 0/10, that does in this case have a description point, and also see the VLAN and see that he's in the admin VLAN. The significance in saying it's only got one MAC address, it could be an IP phone where we have something daisy chained off it. We can also see in relation to J. Vickery the IP address and when we've seen him logging in. Again, timeline, we can zoom out, and what we're seeing now is the connectivity history of J. Vickery. What other addresses he's used in relation to logging in. So let's dig a little further. Let's say we now want to know a little bit more about the PC itself. So let's look at the PC. What the PC is telling us is that there are a number of ports open. Port 139 gives us an indication that it's actually Microsoft. Remote desktop protocol is available to us, and certain ports like Telnet and things like that are certainly not open. What we can also do is avail of the facility from my old tool on the previous company, Cranog, with NetFlow Tracker, which we had a full flow forensics tool for NetFlow, and it allows us then to ask the questions in relation to the applications seen communicating to and from that IP address and the conversations in a simple and easy format. Again, the facility here with the integration is that I can go back in this case back into Tracker, and ask specifically every single NetFlow conversation to and from over the periods of time that I'm interested in. So we have a full history here of the device, and again, as we said, the connectivity. We can dig into the MAC address and see if that MAC address has been moving around the place. It looks like it's got a consistent IP address, and we've also here got a security tag associated with that MAC address. Coming back to the home page, what we can see also is a report down here on new MAC addresses attaching to the network. So in essence, this tool has been running in this campus network for the last 2 years. So when we say there's a new MAC address at any point along the graph here, it's new in relation to the previously stored database. So we can see what's coming onto our network that's brand new to us. Isolate that, check it, and see that we need to be able to define who and what that is. We also have other facilities in relation to alerting on security, such as whitelisting. So this is different in that you have your list of sites, and what you can do is assign a series of MAC addresses against those sites and create an alert if a MAC address that's not on the whitelist appears. You can obviously click through, find out what applications are on it, what users are on it, what traffic's out of it, and then decide to add that to the whitelist. We also have a global whitelist to deal with devices or users moving throughout the network, so that we're not creating false positives. Another very simple form of this is that we have a watch list. Again, a device that may have been robbed, misplaced, or a device type we do not want to see on the network. We can look for that MAC address. Let's say it was a stolen laptop. If that MAC address disappears on our network, what we want to do is receive an alert and be in a position to find out who's using it, where it's connected to, what traffic's coming in and out of that particular MAC address. What we've also got is obviously an overview of devices by vendor. This can be extremely interesting in relation to the breakdown of vendors attaching to your network. Again, we can give in the college, it's quite a myriad of different MAC addresses, all of which can be seen, and we can click through and find out where and what they're connected to. This is essentially just a really quick overview of some of the consequential security features and benefits from running Auditor on your network. The linkage between the user plane and the application plane based across a complete network audit. So what you have is you turn the network into the known, you link the users and applications to that network. Thank you for listening.